Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Oh, okay. Rough night last night, but
Oh.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm here in Illinois. My uncle's dying of cancer, and he's on some major meds, and he had some great trips last night.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks. We said we went to Disneyland. We were on our tour, and tiramisu store was of Lucky Wishbone. I brought him some Lucky Wishbone home last night, or here, and he kept asking what state we're in. And oh, sorry to hear that.
Jason, who are you talking to?
He's talking to me.
Okay.
Well, right now when I said sorry to hear that, some lady said I look like a guy that she knows that just died of the virus. I don't know.
That's a little weird.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Sarah's out taking a walk. Cindy is de-stressing from the morning. Miss Ann's on the call. Good morning, Miss Ann. Good morning, Miss Laura. Michelle will be happy to know that her girls are on the call. Oh, we've got Wendy McBroom. Oh, dang. I love Fridays. Right? Laura's got the energy. What's up, Friday?
Full moon this weekend, though, second in the month, too. So people are going to be weird this weekend, FYI.
I don't know if you've been watching, Laura, Sarah, but it's been 2020 all year. People have been weird all year.
At least we have an excuse now.
I've always had an excuse. I'm just weird, but I mean, double full moon, 1 month, full moon weekend on Halloween night. Okay.
And it's like a blue moon?
Do we get to have orange slices?
Yeah, two full moons in 1 month is a blue moon. So there was one on the 1st and now one on the 31st. So I think it'll be interesting. I'm excited, obviously.
So will it be blue?
No, it's just the name that they give it because it's just, I don't know why they do that. It's rare, supposedly, but it happens, I think, every year. So, gosh.
Isn't there a saying around blue moons? Once in a blue moon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once in a blue moon. There you go. Also, it's 1.1669916 times negative 10 to the 8 hertz. So it's a frequency. All right. Well, I am significantly less excited about the blue moon because it's not going to be blue. Thank you, Sarah, for that. As you guys can tell, I am a simple man with simple desires. I just want to see a blue moon. I don't want to have a blue moon. I'm not a big beer fan. Well, I am big and I do like beer, so I am, yes, a big beer fan, but I don't drink much. No blue moons today, guys. No blue moons today. Now, it is Friday. I love to see all the red shirts out there. It is Friday. We were red on Fridays. Remember, everyone deployed. Mara, wow, I just saw your face. That is amazing. Love it. Mara's rocking out over there. I hope you guys have some great plans for this weekend. As you can tell, I am not in my office. I am in my other office, the mobile office out here at Ajo and Kinney. I do apologize if my internet does skip out because I am way west of town. So, and I was driving yesterday and it came to me. I was like, we need to work on subtle ways of closing down agreements. I want to hear yours. Let's go around. How would you get somebody to agree to work with you? Okay, at a raise of hands, does that thought kind of scare you to ask for the business? A little bit. Thank you for being honest, Cindy. The rest of your liars. It's okay. You guys want me to tell you mine first? Would that be easier? Oh, look at all the head nods. You guys, you're so sweet. It's simple. You guys can write this down. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it really feels like you and I would be a win-win scenario to get your house sold. Would you like me to sell your home? Was that hard? Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, really sounds like this is a win-win for us to work together to find you your next house. Would you like me to find your next house for you? Would you say no to that? No, Ann's right. Nope, I wouldn't. And then you say, great, sign right here. Press hard, fourth copy's yours. Clearly you guys have not been in sales long enough to have carbon paper. I'm one of the youngest on the call still, and I've used carbon paper. All right, now let's hear yours. And if you were smart and you wrote it down, you could just read the same thing again. Who's going to give it a shot? Who's going to be bold on this Friday?
I will.
Oh, okay, then I'll go too. I'll be
All right,
two.
Sadie, then Sarah. I like it.
I have so enjoyed our conversation today and would love to continue it. Would that be okay?
Yes.
That's my
I'm
open
very-
house script.
Is that good? Because I'm doing open house too, so I really like that actually very much. Thank you for that. And I would say something very similar. I really, really enjoyed our time together and getting to know you guys. I would love to help you buy your next house. Does that sound like something I could help you with?
Sounds like you can. Be careful the
Is
questions you ask.
Yes.
They'll ask
Okay.
those questions.
So just yes or no. Is that something that's? I didn't write it down on purpose because I wanted to do this right on.
Because when we say, is that something you'd like me to do? It's a very soft question. It's not asking for action.
Okay.
Would you like me to sell your house? And does that sound like something you'd like to do? Completely different questions.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Would
So.
you like to go to lunch? Yes or no?
Okay.
Would you, would going to lunch be something you'd be interested in? And then it's what you're doing is you're seeking them to give you permission to ask the hard question.
Okay. Okay. So I very much enjoyed our conversation today. I would very much love to help you buy your next house. Can I help you do that?
Absolutely.
good? Awesome. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Who wants to give it a shot? Robin.
Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it sounds like it'll be a win-win situation if we work together. Would you like me to help you sell your house?
Absolutely.
Yay.
You guys can script around our Y4C2Ts. It's pretty awesome.
What's it called?
The Y4C2Ts,
What's that?
that is our belief system. Win-win or no deal. Integrity in all things. Customers come first. Communication, seek first to understand. Creativity is ideas before results. Commitment, or so did I say commitment, all things? Customers, creativity, commitment, communication. Yes, seek first to understand. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more, and trust starts with honesty, and results, success is results through people.
Sorry.
There's a new Y4C2Ts. It's still pronounced the same. It's WI4C2TES. We added the E back at Mega Camp, and the E stands for equity, is opportunities for all. So if you don't know your Y4C2Ts, that's something you need to start, really embedding. I'm sorry that my brain completely skipped on it. It's written on our walls. There's a belief system in everything we do. So like the very first thing on there is win-win or no deal. When we tell people things is a win-win, they align with it easier. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I think it's a win-win that we work together to find your next home. Would you like me to help you find your next home? One of the biggest mistakes we make is not asking a question to seal up the deal, to start the relationship. Those of you who are married or dating, we understand that there was that dance that went along with it. It's not, hey, it sound like you maybe want to go to the dance with me? Would that be something you'd be interested in? Or would you want to go to the dance with me? or go to the dance with me, please? How we ask questions is important. So it's tonality, it's facial expression, it's body language, it's posturing. It's also the lead up to do so. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, sounds like it'd be a win-win situation for us to work together to get your home sold. Would you like me to sell your home? Or one of my favorite. It's simple. Let's do this. Samantha liked that one. Simple, right?
Sign here.
Sign here. Let's do this. And usually you'll get, okay, we're not ready. What makes you say that? Are you getting more comfortable asking that question? What makes you say that? Or you can throw on the flavoring out of curiosity. What makes you say that? All right, somebody give it a shot. Let me hear your closing line. Those of you writing offers, what are you going to say? How are you going to get your buyer to write an offer?
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Sign right here. Well, Mara, after walking through the house, what do you think?
I like it.
Awesome. Let's do this.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Could you
Perfect.
see yourself living here?
I was going somewhere with it. Perfect. Let's do this.
Okay.
2 different let's do thises, right? Higher pitch at the end, asking a question. Lower pitch at the end is asserting a command. I like Renee's. Could you see yourself living here? In future pacing. All right, Renee, hit us with it. Pick someone out and close them. Teresa looks like she can be closed.
Well, I did have a great, speaking of this last night, sorry, I'm a little late, but so on the PC call, I told you about this odd bird that I'm trying to help find a rental. Well, now I've switched him and found him a perfect place, and it's $1,299,000, and he's all excited and loves it. Now he's talking to his partner and possibly going to buy it. So anyway, we'll know today. So I'm really, really excited about it. And it's already zone commercial as a retreat. So it's just perfect for them. So
perfect. That is ideal.
So went from a renter to a buyer of major property. So
there you go.
Anyway, everybody keep their fingers crossed, hopes and prayers and wishes, and it all comes true. I'm super excited.
Sounds good. Awesome. Well, we'll get back to Renee. Renee doing her closing line on a buyer script. Renee, I yelled at her yesterday for not being on the call. She's like, my day starts at 8:30. She gets beat up at U of A.
My computer just muted. What did you say?
I said that it's your turn to give us your buyer script on closing somebody. I want you to close somebody. Pick someone and close them.
Who am I? I don't know. Who am I scripting with? I'm confused.
Pick someone.
I don't care.
You can talk to me.
Mara, it is.
Okay, Mara. So what did you think of this house today?
I kind of like it.
Okay. Could you see yourself living here?
I think so.
Okay. So you think it's worth putting in an offer?
Do you think we can win?
I think you can definitely win if we put in a strong offer.
Okay. What do you think that would be?
I need parameters for this. I don't know what the.
They're asking 500,000. What do you think I need to come in at? Isn't this still a price point where I can have a bargain? Can I come in under?
One of the benefits of scripting is you get to create it as you go.
I know you see, I'm one of those that I like to have the situation and then go from there.
Situation's at $500,000 price point. Mara's coming with a conventional loan, 20% down, does not need to sell another property. Her and her husband have been looking for a while. This property's had a lot of activity. You see 16 people have signed in on the sign-in sheet this morning alone. It's been on the market for 13 hours.
Okay, that's more sort of going.
There you go.
Okay, well, it's only been on the market for 13 hours, and it looks like there's been a lot of people here. So I definitely think that we would need to come in with a full price offer.
Okay, but will we lose it if it's only full price? Do you think we should go above a little bit?
Oh,
How about I go run some comps on it, and I'll see if it's a fair value, and if it's worth a little more, I'll give you a call before I write up the contract.
Okay, great.
Sounds good. I don't know.
I'm waiting for the day that a buyer says, "Oh, let's offer more."
Oh, I've had it. Trust me, I've had it.
After they lose a couple of times.
Well, then you obviously.
I even I was like, do we really want to offer that much? And that's the one that took 7 offers to win. So, yeah.
So another thing for that is when you got a buyer that's like, I don't want to offer list price. Well, let's just offer list price. Okay, great. How would you feel if we find out that we got beat by $5,000?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
if they have money for appraisal too.
Yeah.
It doesn't appraise.
sometimes they think they have another chance. They're like, well, they can just counter.
Not when there's multiple
They want
offers.
more.
Not with
Not-
the current, yeah.
Not with
Anne's absolutely
multiple
right.
offers.
That's something we haven't really brought up is the countering aspect of the market right now. I have not seen very many counters. The only counters I'm seeing right now are to like correct errors or to adjust something. You
Yeah.
get one
No,
shot.
we've had a few that have had counters.
We
We've countered on our listings
Well,
too.
and part of that's going to be if you get a counter offer to an offer, you at least know you're in the game because in this particular market, there's 10 offers, but you get a counter offer. It's like, hey, but again, they may be doing multiple counter offers. So you still have to play that highest and best game.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing a lot of is the multiples. Ha-ha! You got rid of the glare.
I like the escalation clause.
And some of that's
You know
like
what?
talking to the listing agent too and letting them know, hey, this is my buyer's highest and best, or what can I do to make this stronger too?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Ann, I liked the escalation clause in just January. I have hated it ever since because it makes the offers so much messier when I receive offers. If I'm getting 15 offers and looking at escalation clause and escalation clause, I mean, the numbers just keep stacking up. We still got to pull it back to rational and where it's going to appraise.
Yeah.
We've actually had clients that tell us, or other agents in the company tell us, that they would rather see a clean offer than an escalation clause. If you're willing to go to 278, throw it out there to start.
I've seen that in agent remarks now too.
Yeah,
People
no
are saying
escalation
clause. Highest and best, yeah.
I mean, shit, there were so many escalation clauses that some brokerages are creating their own forms. Like Coldwell Banker now has a form for escalation clauses, and it's just muddy. But
Yeah,
that's the
can you
thing.
speak
In
to,
Sierra Vista is a little different market, but out here in Tucson, we're seeing a ton of escalation clauses. Just kind of get like, no, I don't want to do the math. No, send me your highest and best.
Can you speak to the multiple counter offer form?
Absolutely.
Because someone asked me if I would be accepting that, and I'm like, please just send your best, highest, and best. I'm like, no, I didn't want to. Partly because I'm not skilled at it. I think I've only been involved in one. So
a multiple counter offer it's a great tool to use in the event that you have multiple offers that you are trying to negotiate with. Say, let's say you have 5 offers, all of them are pretty even keel. Like, maybe one's got a higher a longer close, another one's asking for a home warranty, another one's, asking for $500 in closing costs. They're all within range. You can do a multiple counter to all 5 of those deals independently, meaning that you can counter deals 1 through 5 with different elements and to see which one plays ball. Like, let's say your sellers love the fact that it's a conventional loan, hate the fact that they're asking to close after Christmas. The next offer is a cash deal, but it's a little low compared to the finance deals. The other ones are asking for home warranties or asking for a longer inspection period. So you can counter, one's countering on the close time, one's countering on the sales price, one's countering on the inspection time frame, one's countering on the home warranty. And then the seller still gets final right, which is really cool because you can send all 5 of those multiple counters out, and they're different forms. You're going to fill out 5 different multiple counter forms to each representative offer. And then once you get those back, the sellers still has final say. The multiple counter form is a very, very powerful tool to use in a bidding war, because it gives all the power back to the sellers. As a buyer's agent, it's super important that you realize that speed is key. Get that thing back as fast as you can, because they're going to make a decision. And if you can sweeten the pot, do so.
Mara, did you mean a multiple offer form or a multiple counter?
I guess, isn't it called multiple?
Yeah.
counter?
I'm
There's
confused
actually a
about that
multiple
too.
offer
No,
slash
I think
counter offer
if
form.
you're speaking as a listing agent asking if they're accepting them, they probably meant multiple offer if it's your original.
No, I was a listing agent, and they're like, "Hey,
That's what it's called. It's
Yeah, she was-
exactly how Dan explained it is how it works.
And that was the multiple counter offer. And she was saying, are you going to do a multiple counter to get? She's like, no, just send me your highest and best. I'm going to deal with all that.
a buyer's agent was asking."
Hey
that.
Dan, but what's wrong with that escalation
But
clause?
why would a buyer's agent ask if you're doing a multiple counter form?
Just because I asked them, just do, are you guys, is this the highest your, client can go? And he's like, oh, are you doing a multiple counter? And I said, no, can you just send your highest and best? So.
Did they mean multiple counter, meaning you're going to counter back like all 3 offers or 5 offers that you received? Is that what they're asking? Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Otherwise-
before they
okay.
submitted the initial contract.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I was
Otherwise,
confused.
it works the other way where a buyer could be submitting multiple counters to like 3 different properties, right?
That's multiple
It better hope
offers, not
not.
multiple.
That's multiple offer. I'm sorry, multiple offer.
That's
Yes,
and
yes,
that's
yes.
what I thought she meant too.
Okay.
That's what we and you were thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What if
Okay.
you go under contract on all 3 of them? Then what do you do?
Don't want to do
You can't
that.
actually. So even if all, in my scenario, if all 5 people accepted the multiple counter, it's still the seller's final say.
Yeah, because you still have to
Which
come
one
back
is
and
it?
sign the other one too. That's like double.
Oh no, it's
And
because
that's-
I was talking about these ladies, how they were saying that as buyers they got 3 offers on 3 different homes. Like, damn.
Right.
Oh, well, what you do in that
That's the
situation, if you've offered 3 different houses as a buyer's agent and you did not use a multiple offer form, you could potentially be in contract for 3 different offers. You're gonna have to cancel one of them.
But there's a multiple offer form that you can use
Yeah.
if you're putting an offer in on more than one property. That's what we were saying.
Yeah, that's the other form. It's actually still called a multiple offer / counter offer form. In the event that you are representing a buyer that wants to put offers on multiple houses,
but
that is your legal gateway out of accepting. I have seen sellers go, well, they're not that serious, because their agent was poorly explaining the situation. Like, no, they're very serious. They're writing an offer. The problem is you've gotten 15 other offers. They're just giving themselves the best chance of success by putting out multiple offers. Other agents out there, they're not as nearly as skilled or trained as you, Keller Williams, awesome people. High five. Yeah, okay. Don't understand that. And they're like, well, they're not serious. They're putting out multiple offers. No. I'm sorry. If I'm going hunting, I'm taking more than 1 round. Right? You want to make sure that you have those conversations if you are a listing agent with your sellers. Now, Storyman asked, what's wrong with the escalation clause? Nothing. It's just some sellers out there right now are seeing too many of them, and they're murky. They're hard to identify what's the best offer, what's cleaner. We got to do this and do that. And agents are, for lack of a better term, lazy. Would you agree? Some lazy agents out there just don't want to work. They want to be like, this is your offer, this is the other offer, check one, and they don't want to explain it. Another bad side of that is I have seen escalation clauses come across my desk that don't have a cap. Meaning they say that buyer is willing to pay $1,000 over the next best bona fide offer. Period.
Wow. That could get into deep caca.
Exactly.
But
Because
then
agents out there that aren't, and that's why other brokerages are creating these forms to help out, they're not trained on how to utilize them. Or he just says, buyer willing to pay $1,000 over the next best offer. What's wrong with that?
You could take that thing $100,000 and into oblivion.
Yeah, but if I have a $200,000 offer and a $200,000 offer, one offer is asking for $10,000 in closing costs, one offer is asking for nothing, and then another guy has an escalation clause that he's asking for nothing, and this guy has an escalation clause over this guy, they're just going to bid each other up. When all in turn, the other guy's got a $10,000 reduction that's not being associated in the deal. You put one of those across my desk and you're going to lose because, well, I'm going to go, you said purchase price. You didn't say net. That's why they're getting murky, and sellers are like, I just want to see what their best offers are so I can put them all together and look at them all at the same time.
So Dan, if we say we'll pay 1,000 over the other prices up to 230, is that telling them we'll go to 230 or we'll go to 231?
That's up to 230.
230. Yeah. And that,
which meaning if something came in at 229, you'd beat it, but beyond that, you're not going to touch it.
Right. So
and that right there, as you see, is like, well, if they're willing to go to 230, why wouldn't they just offer 230?
Well, I had a seller do that. I did an escalation clause and put the cap on it. And he calls and goes, well, why don't you just make an offer at the cap? At your cap number, just offer that and we'll accept it. But he was circumventing the reason to use the escalation clause, which is to step $1,000 at a time. So, and it was like a $15,000 gap. So he just saw dollar signs, saw that my buyer was qualified and could financially go to this 396 number against what was 390, say 81 on a 381 house. And they said, well, wait, do you have another offer? Well, why don't you just send us an offer at 396? It's like, we ended up not doing, my buyers were like, they obviously aren't understanding how this is supposed to work, and I don't like what they're trying to do to us, so let's just skip this house and move on. Turned out they didn't have another offer. They were just trying to talk us into going to the cap that we were willing to offer.
That agent played the game.
Yeah, well, we beat them.
But this is why we have these conversations. So now there are, how many on the call? 21 of us on the call, where you have these situations, you can better navigate them. Yeah. But I want you to, don't forget, ask for business. Don't be afraid to say, hey, let's work together. Let's do this. High five, I'm your agent. Just as good as a handshake.
Yeah, and I mentioned this once before, but it took myself a little while to listen better. But in the last listing that I won the deal on, and I gave this example before, so some of you have heard it, but we have new people on the call. The buyer, my client, started summarizing everything that we talked about. And he's like, and he was saying it like, that's good, that's good, that's good. And I finally looked at him and I said, what I'm hearing you say is that everything is in line here. And it sounds like you're ready for me to represent you selling this house. You're ready to do this deal. And he goes, yeah, that's where I'm going with this. So I was listening. I let him he was starting to tell himself all the reasons why to do the deal. And that's when I just stepped in and said, hey, what I'm hearing you say is that, we've got everything covered and it sounds like you're ready to go ahead and get this listed. Would you like to do that? And he's like, yeah, let's do this. He's the one that said, let's do this. So yeah. listening to what you're, if you've done a good job of your listing presentation, they're going to start saying back to you what you've pitched them on. And when you hear that, that's the cue. Hey, yeah, what I'm hearing you say is that this is all working for you. I'm hearing you say you're ready for me to be your listing agent here. Are you ready to do this deal?
Mara, I think you had something?
Yeah, I had just one other thing to throw out. I had been trained to always get a pre-qual for basically exactly what we're offering and not to show the higher amount. So I didn't know how people are doing that. But Larry mentioned they could tell his client was pre-approved for more. And sometimes I don't think that helps us or our client as far as negotiating. If they see this is the amount we're pre-qualified for, and we can always go get another pre-qual if we have to up it, right? But to show that they have, 50,000 more than we're offering may not be great for negotiating.
Right. In this market, you want to look at those things. Go ahead, Ann.
I always get, when I'm getting the initial pre-qual, I always get a few that lead up to that. So we're ready. So what I mean is if it's 250, then I get one for 251 all the way up to, because it just, all they're changing is numbers and then I have them all.
Damn,
smart. I like
just
that.
thought of something. Dude, that's awesome. Oh shit.
Really, Stormy?
We had an aha moment, guys. Aha right there. Thank you, Miss Ann, for sharing that beautiful
Some
gem.
lenders won't give you more than one. Off,
No, it
right
depends
off
on
the bat.
depends if you explain to the lender
Yeah.
what you're facing.
But
they
I
like
guess
it.
I'm so used to my lenders being available at all hours of the day that I don't have an issue getting it when I'm ready to write an offer.
God, I hope you never
Mm-hmm.
get a deal with USA then. Oh.
That yeah, I've
Nice.
heard bad things about them. If
Yeah, if it's
a lender doesn't
4:30, you are
respond, I
not
drop
getting
them.
anything back. Well, it's 4:30 in San Antonio. You're not getting anything back until Monday.
Yikes.
So good luck.
I try to avoid them.
Yeah, no. Well, this is a good call. Did you guys like it? Did
Yeah.
you get some value out of it? Are you feeling better today than you were yesterday? All right, I do have an open house opportunity for Friday, or sorry, tomorrow. Versus tomorrow. Today's Friday. For tomorrow in Red Rock from 12 to 4. Someone picked up the Sunday shift, but you can get the Saturday shift. That'd be the first day it's open.
I'm doing one in Red Rock tomorrow too, so there's at least two houses.
Wait, what? But Red Rock is going to be painted red tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Hell, actually, the house next door to this one is a Keller Williams listings also. It's not as nice as ours, but
I think we have 2 or 3 out there right now. And then we have another one going live in Red Rock in 3 weeks and another one going in 3 or 4 weeks too.
yeah. Good stuff. Awesome, guys. It is 8:29. Are we done already? Y'all kept me late yesterday, but now you're shutting down on me earlier today. Don't get the weekend breath. Come on now.
Just out of curiosity, Dan, what are you doing out at Ajo and Kinney?
I have a listing appointment.
Sweet. Good luck.
4-acre ranch. So 3,000 square foot house, a 8 stable brick barn. Should be interesting.
Nice.
Wow. You were out early this morning.
And I already have a buyer for it. I had called, actually, I was driving through town. One of my friends who works for Long, his name is Waco Star. You may know him, he's a great guy. His name, WACOSTAR. His legal name is Waco Star. Yeah, no. Interesting gentleman. And I'm driving behind a car, and the license plate says WCOSTR. Also, shit, Waco Star. This lady driving it, clearly not him, has a full head of hair. Waco looks a lot like me, just Hispanic. As you can tell, no hair. So I call him up and I was like, dude, I found your license plate. And we're just chatting and I made mentions like, how's business? I was like, good. I was like, he's on, what do you got coming on the market? And I was telling him about this. And he's like, dude, I got a buyer for you. They're in California. She's looking for just that. I was all cool. So even if you have conversations with other agents that are friends of yours, pitch your business. You might find some connections right away. So this might turn into an off-market deal. It's just like, hey, bring your buyer, bring your cash. Let's get this thing closed. But all because of a license plate. So this goes back. If somebody pops into your mind for some reason, call them. In that moment, just call them. Pick up the phone and call them. Don't do it later. Oh, I got to get back to that person. I really should call that person back. No, just call them. You'll be surprised at the energy you get out of those kind of calls. And if it happens to be me, I love phone calls. Awesome, guys. It is Friday. Go to do something magical. Hey, Melissa, did your deal close yesterday or is it closing today? Melissa, hello.
Yes.
Did it close?
No, it's got a clear to close, but he said that he's got all the docs in place, but not sure if we can get it recorded today.
Okay, fingers crossed for you. I'm just excited to celebrate that win with you.
Me too. So it didn't close yesterday, like the date on the contract. Do I need to do an addendum or anything to change the date?
Did everything get
title.
signed?
Huh?
Did everything get signed?
No.
Yes, you need an addendum.
Talk to title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had one that did that. It was supposed to be a Thursday close. They didn't sign till Friday, but they left the title agreed and everybody agreed to leave the numbers the way they were. And they didn't ask for an addendum or anything like that.
So
Okay.
I had one that we left the numbers the way they were, and they still made us do an addendum. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Talk the
I'm
title.
speaking from the broker compliance side of things. Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
Talk
yeah.
to title, let them know, but they may have already had this contingency in place. Often title does that. They'll have the dates backed up. And when they say they got the docs ready, they aren't printed. They're just in the system, and they just got to change the number when they have to close it. So it's not like if they're FedEx deals, then you got a little bit different catch on them. But when they're typical, just in the office closings, when they say they've got the paperwork, it not really the paperwork. It's just the file where they hit click print with the correct dates on them. So
If you ever have Open Door, you need to allow 2 business days too. FYI, if you ever use Open Door, and
I'm so glad to not see there many listings of theirs anymore.
Huh?
I haven't seen very many Open Door listings in Tucson, which means
we
you guys
just-
are doing a killer job. Up there in Phoenix, I'm sorry, you guys have 1,745 Open Door closings this year so far. That is too much.
we had one, and it was our VA one that took 4 appraisals. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, go out there, win the day, make something great happen. I love to see your beautiful faces. Thank you all for smiling and joining on. Can we kill this weekend? Let's do it, right? High five.
Do it. Yep.
Awesome. Talk to you guys soon.